Hello, my name's Ken Novenstern. I'm a partner in the law firm of Fredman, Baken, and Novenstern in White Plains and Mount Kisco, New York. And I wanted to talk today a little bit about prenuptial and postnuptial agreements. Um, Prenuptial agreements have become much more common over the course of the last 10 years or so. I've done many more in the last several years than I did in the first 20 years that I practiced. And oftentimes people enter into prenuptial agreements for very specific reasons. They are much more common in second marriages, but even in first marriages, the reason that most people are looking for a prenuptial agreement is either because there's a family business or because one party has significant assets that they want to make sure remain separate. And so the other thing that I've seen is with postnuptial agreements, prenuptial agreements are prior to a marriage, postnuptial agreements are after a marriage. Postnuptial agreements are much less common, but I'm actually working on a case right now where we are attempting to reach the terms of a postnuptial agreement. And that's a situation where the parties want to define their rights, but do not plan on going forward with a divorce right now. In terms of prenuptial agreements, probably the most common terms are things like expanding the definition of separate property. That's the property that under New York law remains separate, that anything that you own prior to the marriage or any gift or inheritance from some third party, those kinds of things. So expanding the definition of separate property, providing for waivers of spousal support, providing for waivers of claims and estates. Those are really the main types of things that we're looking at in prenuptial agreements. And in terms of the process with regard to prenuptial agreements, it's important to get started early because I've seen too many situations where people are negotiating the terms of a prenuptial agreement a few weeks before the wedding date. And that's not really a great way to go for purposes of the enforceability of the agreement in the future. But again, prenuptial agreements have become much more common. If you have any questions concerning a prenuptial agreement and whether it might be appropriate for you, and specific questions about terms and how they might relate to you, certainly feel free to give me a call. And my number is 914-997-9070, and I look forward to talking with you. Take care.